first, it's Bell Let's Talk Day, and that's a big day for raising money and creating awareness of mental health issues that I am quite familiar with at many levels. Toronto Raptors guard Kyle Lowry is a deadlock on Doug Smith's All-Star Reserves list. Eric Christian Smith, Associated Press. It's a lovely idea, and any of you on the Twitter machine or other avenues of social media should remember to take part. I'm sure I will forget more often than not, but will correctly correct myself and add to the total. I would love to think that Bell would be donating the same amount of money over the course of a year regardless of this initiative, but I have no problem whatsoever promoting them because so many others pay more attention because of it than they normally would. Synergy and leveraging are things these days, and while it helps the corporate image, it also helps people in a big way, so why not help Bell out? But I'm gonna say this. As much as Let's Talk is a fine idea, awareness cannot be a one-day thing. I love to find 11 other big money corporations who do the same thing one day in each of the other 11 months of the year. The issues, the problems, the need to offer support and ask questions and really listen to answers goes on every single day of the year. Trust me, I know this. Very, very well. So, yeah, support Bell Let's Talk as much as is humanly possible in your sphere of existence, please. But find a way to do it tomorrow or next week or next month or someday in the summer. Thanks. Now, the coaches have filed their votes for the NBA All-Star Reserves. They had to be in yesterday afternoon to give the league and Turner time to set up the graphics for the big TV reveal on Thursday, and LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo have time to decide draft strategy. So even though every single coach reads every single word here, honest, they do, this won't sway the election. But it's fun to do, so we'll do it. My criteria are simple, yet convoluted. And at the end of the day, invoking one of cliches of the day I don't ever want to use, I'm going back to paraphrasing the great Potter Stewart. I don't know what an all-star is, but I know one when I see one. Winning counts. An awful, awful lot. If there's a guy on a 20-30 team who is basically as good as someone on a 30-20 team, the 30-20 guy gets the nod. Every time. History be damned. I don't care if you've been an all-star for a dozen years, if you're not having a good season by your standards, you can't play on my team. I hate positional delineation. I like that they've gone to front court and back court rather than guards, forwards and a center. I think in this day and age, the better categories would be point guards, wings and bigs, but even that's not workable in many instances. Maybe it's time to do away with it all. Pick 12. I can make the case for 13 or even 15 all-stars on each team, regardless of position, since position doesn't seem to matter anymore. But we have to pick 2 guards, 3 front court players and 2 wild cards of any ilk, and that's what we'll do. Let's do the East today and the West tomorrow, shall we? Makes this shorter, lets me get a start on tomorrow today, and that's always good. So, East starter Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid. Me picks. This is hard. Really, really hard. It's a guard-dominated conference that makes it difficult to find only 4 if you use both wildcards for backcourt guys. To me, there are 4 dead certain locks. Kyle Lowry, Brad Beal, Victor Oladipo and Ben Simmons, although I am not as dead certain on him. And then what do you do with, say, Eric Bledsoe? Now, we get a break because Oladipo can't play, but still, you've got to take him, right? Needs to be on his resume. But what about D'Angelo Russell or even Spencer Dinwiddie? There should be a net, right? And the forwards. Nikola Vucevic is a certainty, the guy's having an all-world year, and Blake Griffin has to be on the team, right? Okay, what about Jimmy Butler? No chance from me. Coaches might be different, and you need $2, so do you take Bledsoe or maybe just Chris Middleton? But, hell, Brook Lopez might be as worthy. How about a second pacer since Oladipo can't play? Domantas Sabonis or Miles Turner are probably both worthy. Now let's talk about the locals, Pascal Siakam and Serge Ibaka. There can be strong case made for either of them, I think, but all-star roster is filling up dang quickly. It's it. A losing team probably takes John Collins out of the conversation, and Andre Drummond is good but he's not Blake Griffin and you can't have two Pistons. You need two Celtics and can you take Morris or Horford? See, tons of choices, only 7 slots. I'm sure the coaches wrestled with all their choices, and so did I, but in the end, ID's guards Lowry, Beal. Frontcourt Vucevic, Griffin, Siakam. Wildcards Russell, Oladipo. I know. No Simmons and I'd be fine with him being the injury replacement for Oladipo, although I'd probably be finer if it was Middleton, too. Don't get me wrong, Simmons is fine player with extraordinary talent but I'm not entirely sure a non-shooting guard can be an all-star in this group. Tough choices. Havadam. Doug Smith is a sports reporter based in Toronto. Follow him on Twitter, @SmithReps. Get today's top sports stories in your inbox. For headlines from the Stars award-winning sports journalists, sign up for our daily sports newsletter. Report and error journalistic standards about the Star sports action and reaction delivered to your inbox. New NEWSLETTERSPORTSIGN up.